You know, for the first time in over 50 years, humanity is actually going back to the moon. But let's be clear, Artemis II, it isn't just some repeat of history. Oh no, this is a test flight of absolutely staggering scale and speed. We're talking about pushing our tech and our explorers further than they have ever gone before. It's a 10-day, 680,000-mile journey, and we're going to break down every single epic moment of it.
So at the very heart of this incredible high-tech mission are 4 people. Just 4 humans. Let's meet the crew who will be piloting the Orion spacecraft. You've got Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, and mission specialists Christina Koch and Jeremy Hansen. These are the folks strapping in for what is, without a doubt, a truly historic ride.
All right, here's our mission briefing for the day. We're going to follow the crew through their first big test, the shakedown orbits. Then, we'll witness the absolutely powerful translunar leap. After that, we'll trace their incredible, elegant figure-8 flyby of the moon. And finally, we'll all hold our breath for the fiery homecoming. Ready? Let's dive in.
Okay, first up, the shakedown orbits. I mean, think about it. Before you commit to a journey hundreds of thousands of miles away from everything you know, you have to be absolutely 100% certain your ride is ready to go. So this whole first phase, it's all about putting the Orion spacecraft through its paces.
So first, Orion slips into this kind of lopsided orbit, right? It's just a quick little loop around the Earth to make sure all the basic systems are working. You know, a lights on check. But then comes the real test. A massive engine burn kicks them into this enormous high Earth orbit, stretching a whopping 46,000 miles out. And trust me, this isn't just a bigger loop. It's a full-scale stress test for the entire ship. So you might be asking, why go into such a huge orbit? Well, this whole 24-hour high Earth orbit phase, it's basically the mission's final dress rehearsal. It's their last chance, at a really serious distance from home, to test everything. We're talking life support, long-range comms, navigation, the whole shebang. If something's gonna go wrong, you want it to happen now before you commit to going to the moon. All right, all the systems are checked, everything's looking good. Now it's time for what's basically the point of no return, the translunar leap. This is it. This is the moment the crew literally breaks the bonds of Earth's gravity and starts their real journey into deep space.
And that leap? It all comes down to one thing, the translunar injection burn, or TLI for short. Think of it as a single, perfectly timed all-or-nothing engine burn. This is pure, raw power that accelerates Orion right out of Earth's orbit and just flings it on that precise 4-day path straight for the moon.
And to really appreciate the kind of speed we're talking about here, just get your head around this number. 24,500 miles per hour. To escape Earth's gravity, that's how fast they have to go. That is almost 7 miles every single second. It's that mind-boggling speed that makes a 4-day trip to the moon even possible. Okay, now we get to what is, for my money, the most elegant and just plain cool part of the entire mission. See, Artemis II isn't actually going to orbit the moon. Nope. Instead, it's going to perform this maneuver that's both incredibly complex and, at the same time, beautifully efficient. It's all about using physics to your advantage. It's called a hybrid free return trajectory, which sounds complicated, but think of it like this. It's a cosmic slingshot. Orion is going to fly past the moon, and the moon's gravity is literally going to grab it, bend its path into this perfect figure-8 shape, and then just fling it right back towards Earth. It's an absolutely genius way to save a ton of fuel and basically build an automatic return ticket right into the flight plan. Now, as part of this incredible maneuver, the crew is going to travel where very, very few humans have ever gone before, behind the far side of the moon. For a little while, the moon itself is going to completely block their view of home. And at the same time, all of us back here on Earth, we're going to lose contact with them completely.
Yep, for about 40 minutes. Radio silence. Nothing. No data, no voice, just static. The crew will be utterly alone on the far side of the moon, relying completely on their training, their spacecraft, and each other. Can you even imagine that? It's just a profound moment of isolation in the vastness of space. So during this flyby, they're going to get as close as 4,600 miles above the lunar surface. And from that vantage point, just picture it, they won't see the moon as just some distant light in our sky. No, it's going to be a vast, cratered world filling their entire window. And then they'll get to see that iconic blue marble of Earth rising up from behind it. What a view. But, you know, this journey behind the moon isn't just for the incredible views.
It's about fundamentally pushing the boundary of human exploration. It actually sets the stage to answer a brand new, record-breaking question. Just how far can we travel from home?
And here's the answer. At its farthest point, Artemis II is going to be 252,700 miles from Earth. Let that sink in. That is farther than any human has ever traveled. They will officially shatter the long-standing record set by the heroic crew of Apollo 13, pushing our presence deeper into the cosmos than ever before. A new record for humanity.
So, after that 4-day coast back home, you might think the mission's pretty much over. But you'd be wrong. In fact, one of the most dangerous, most critical parts is just about to begin. The crew still has to survive the final gauntlet, a fiery, high-speed re-entry through Earth's atmosphere.
And this whole sequence is just incredibly fast and violent. First, Orion slams into the atmosphere at a blistering 25,000 miles per hour. Then, the heat shield faces peak heating, glowing like a man-made meteor. And finally, a whole series of parachutes has to deploy absolutely perfectly to slow them down for a gentle splashdown in the ocean. So much has to go right.
And here's the scale of that challenge. The friction from re-entry is going to generate temperatures of 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That is about half as hot as the surface of the sun. The heat shield is literally the only thing standing between the crew and that unbelievable heat. There is no plan B. It just has to work.
And if all goes to plan, the mission concludes right there, with the successful splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. It's the perfect end to an absolutely epic 10-day, 680,000-mile voyage, a journey that tested brand new technology, set a new human distance record, and proved once and for all that we are ready to return to the moon.
You see, Artemis II is so much more than just a test flight. It's a statement. It proves what we're capable of, and it totally reignites our ambition for deep space. So the real takeaway, the thing to really think about, is this. Now that we've shown we can push the boundaries this far, the question isn't if we'll explore further. The real question is, where do we go next? What new horizons will this open for all of us?